Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We're officially more than halfway through the month of May. Getting close to Memorial Day. York County is scheduled to move into the ever elusive yellow phase on Friday. Good morning, Jeff. Camden Brewer, what's up, son? Did you have a good run this morning? I think Cam ran 10 miles this morning. So Friday should be a milestone for us all to move to yellow. That doesn't change a whole lot for most businesses. It allows for a little bit more flexibility and freedom with our social activity. I think we're allowed to gather in smaller groups and maybe able to do things like play sports that don't have, direct contact in big groups. I'm not 100% sure what yellow does. I know it's not quite a lot for business, but nonetheless, I think it's a big step for us to continue to encourage our government to consider making very localized decisions, very industry-specific decisions about what's able to open and what's not. So even though yellow doesn't really change much, I think it's easier to get the governor, let's just say, and the people that advise him to move from yellow to allowing, say real estate to open, which should happen on Friday, to allow restaurants to go to maybe outdoor dining, to allow things like dog groomers and flower shops and other small businesses to move back towards business as usual. So even though yellow itself does not accomplish a lot, I feel like it makes it easier for us to move. It's a smaller gap to close from where we need to be, from where we are when we're in yellow. But anyway, as it pertains to real estate, as we've worked through these last basically 9 weeks of stay at home, I can personally attest to the demand that's out there from prospective home buyers and sellers. And I think that in and of itself is an indication of just how essential real estate is. And, there are so many, if we buy 400 homes a year, we probably hear 800 to 1,000 different circumstances or scenarios that have prompted people to consider selling their homes. I mean, everything from, downsizing, and it might seem like something simple, but downsizing could mean, you have a, health restriction. Maybe someone, I see lots of times where someone's had some type of surgery that, they're dealing with a leg issue or a hip issue or a back issue, and now going up and down steps is a challenge. Maybe so much of a challenge to where they need to have a wheelchair or a walker, and now having something that, has 2 stories or multiple steps, it no longer works for them to live in. And if you've ever had to live in a house that imposed so many restrictions on you, where you weren't able to get up and down to go to the kitchen, where it was a challenge to go to the bathroom, where you couldn't leave your house because when you came back, getting up the steps to get to your front porch might be an issue. I mean, it's literally like, it's extremely depressing for a lot of people. There's also people that are going through changes in their family dynamic. Maybe there's a separation where they're unable to sell their property and buy another one or buy 2 properties. So you have folks that are maybe living in a temporary living situation. There's lots and lots of elderly people that we work with that are, transitioning into assisted care, or they're going to live with family. and being able to sell their home gives them the assets and the equity that they need to pay for important things like health care, or to chip in or to pay for the assisted living, which is, in most cases very expensive, or they have bills that have accumulated, credit card debt, home improvement bills, personal loans, car loans, things that they're unable to pay with whatever, Social Security income, or maybe if they're lucky enough to have a pension. There's people that, we talk about families that are separating. There's people and families that are coming together. There's blended families that have maybe recently, started a new relationship or have gotten married and want to blend their families, and the inability to purchase a property that accommodates that large size family is keeping them from enjoying, this exciting new stage in their life. And the list goes on and on and on. I mean, I can personally tell you that over the course of the last, what are we talking about, 8-9 weeks now, that there are hundreds and hundreds of people that have called us each month that are relatively motivated to sell, and an equal amount of people that are really eager to buy for one reason or another. And it's clear, that shelter is essential. So it's disappointing that we've went this long and prevented, not really just the people that work in real estate, which is not just real estate agents. I mean, you have title companies, construction workers, appraisers, loan officers. I mean, all of those people that are impacted by that. But let's talk about the people, like the folks that need to buy and sell for whatever reason at the time that they need to buy and sell. But when you think about making a decision that's that important, right? Like you're displacing your family, you're moving your family, you're moving yourself. It is a very, very important decision. It's a big move. How could that not be considered to be essential? But there's no sense in crying over spilled milk. What I wanted to point out to you as we transition back to practicing real estate, just how easy it really is to practice real estate and be safe. A few of the things that we've seen that are simple adjustments, like if you go into a showing, you can require the seller or request that the seller leave all of the lights on and all of the doors open. So now, as a real estate agent, when you're showing your folks through the property, there's no need for them to put their hands on any doors. They don't need to touch any light switches. I mean, they can literally walk through the property without touching anything. It makes it super easy. They're requiring or asking that real estate agents wear protective equipment over their shoes so they don't, step on something and bring it inside, however that would happen. I'm sure they're going to ask that they wear masks, which everybody I think is up to speed with at this point. In most cases, when you see a property showing, there's 3, max maybe 6 people that are at the property at any given time. I mean, it's easy inside of a home to have those people separated by 6 feet or more. You can have one group of people go in the house while the other group waits outside. I mean, there's 1,000 different ways of how you can show homes, represent buyers, represent sellers, and allow properties to be marketed the way that they need to be marketed and shown to allow people to sell the property when it's important to them and buy shelter when they need it. So I think that should be super encouraging to those of you that are, considering making a move and maybe looking to buy and sell, that there's very simple adjustments that can be made to the normal practice of real estate that'll make it extremely safe. So when Friday comes and you're looking to buy or sell, pick up your phone, call your real estate agent, call ericbuysyourhouse.com. We can definitely facilitate and practice real estate in a very safe manner. It's super, super easy. We don't need to be on top of each other. A large portion of what we can do over the phone. The physical inspection of the property is the one thing that requires people to be able to work on and at the property. It's extremely challenging for people to make those size decisions without physically seeing the home. So just keep that in mind. When real estate opens Friday, you have literally nothing to worry about. Talk to your real estate agent about the safety measures that are put into place, and I think you'll be at ease about just how safely and easily you are able to get back out there and look at homes or put your home on the market and sell your house if that's what you're looking to do. Anyway, so hope everybody has a good week. Happy Monday. I'll see you.